That down. Let's take a minute and talk about this, shall we? The movie theater chain I adored and dreamt of working for one day is my home country, Canada's main movie theater chain, Cineplex Theaters. You've often heard me talk. Most of my fondest movie-going memories are at Cineplex Theaters. And even when I started AMC and got everything going with AMC with their online division, my dream was that someday I'd be able to go back to Canada and do what I was doing for AMC for Cineplex. But then something happened. Cineplex became evil. And they started, in my opinion at any rate, and they started doing a lot of really crappy things. Really shitty things. I remember I noticed this one time, one of my regular trips back to Canada, whenever I go back to Canada, I would always take my mom and my family to the movies. And my mom wanted to see Aquaman. Right? Great. I liked Aquaman. Great. I'm going to take my mom to go see Aquaman. Now, one of the things Cineplex Theaters does, and most movie theaters do, is for like special theaters, like 3D screenings. They'll charge a little bit extra. I get it. That's fine for me. I never go to 3D screenings. I think 3D is a crappy, useless gimmick. But I was going to take my mom to go see Aquaman. And of all the screenings, all day, they had one 4:00 in the afternoon screening that wasn't 3D. They had about 7 or 8 screenings that were 3D. One at like 4 in the afternoon, non-3D screening, which number one sucks because 3D sucks. But number two was clearly just them trying to gouge more money and force their patrons. You want to watch Aquaman? It'd be a shame if you had to miss out on it because we're only showing in 3D when we get to charge you the extra $2 or $3. Anyway, really crappy. Then they've done a whole bunch of other things that I've talked about over the years. But now they're getting their wrists slapped, and I hope it extends to the United States at some point here too. Because one of the things that Cineplex would do is like, hey, buy your movie ticket for $5, and then when you go to check out, it's $6.50. Wait a minute, it said $5. Oh yeah, well, we got to charge you the $1.50 service fee for buying your ticket online. Service fee? Yep. What's somebody doing? Does somebody literally have to lift up a rock every time I buy a ticket online?
They get really fit.
What's this service fee? Oh, you don't have to pay the service fee if you actually come to the theater and buy your ticket with.
Yeah.
What?
I hate the online service charges that it's like, you did this to cut costs. Why am I paying you more for you cutting costs?
Yeah, so you're telling me if I do it the old archaic way, where you actually have to have staff at the ticket booth and I actually have to take up your staff's time, then I don't have to pay a service fee.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I don't get to pick my seat in advance. I don't get to see how full the movie theater is. I don't even know if the movie I want to see is sold out or not. I just go. But if I use the automated system, you're going to charge me extra as a service fee.
They got to feed the hamsters on the wheel that run the system.
Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Miracle Made. Guys, it's hot outside and your nighttime bedroom temperature has a huge impact on your sleep quality. So if you wake up too hot or too cold, I highly recommend you check out Miracle Made's bed sheets. Miracle Made sheets are inspired by NASA and use silver-infused fabrics that are temperature regulating so you can sleep at the perfect temperature all night long. There are just so many things that make these sheets so fantastic. We already mentioned the self-cooling properties for better quality sleep, but they're also self-cleaning. These sheets are infused with silver that prevent up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them to stay cleaner and fresh 3 times longer than other sheets. No more gross odors. So go to trymiracle.com/Campea. That's TRYMIRACLE.com/Campea to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo code Campea at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. So upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/Campea and use the code Campea to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's trymiracle.com/Campea to treat yourself. Thank you, Miracle Made, for sponsoring sponsoring this episode. Well, thankfully, the Canadian government said, no way, eh? And they
What a hoser.
slapped
Oh
him
man,
down.
they sure don't.
They
like
sound
this.
like a bunch of
Seriously,
hosers.
that seems
Hey, hoser.
real mean.
They slapped them down and have fined. The Canadian government is fining Cineplex theaters $39 million.
This is a job for Matlock.
$38.9 million. They're saying, because they're basically saying this is what in Canada they call drip pricing, where you deceive the customers. You make them think that the price is one price until they get to checkout and then find out there's more charges, more needless charges on top of that. Now, this also comes to us from the CBC who write this. The $38.9 million fine Cineplex has now been handed is equivalent to the amount it collected from consumers through the $1.50 online booking fee between June 2022 and December of 2023. On top of the fine, the tribunal has ordered Cineplex not to engage in the same conduct that prompted the case for the next 10 years. The quote says, it sends a strong message that businesses should not engage in drip pricing and need to display their full prices up front, said Matthew Boswell of the Commissioner of Competition in a statement Monday. Businesses that fail to comply with the law risk significant financial penalties. Now, before I hear any, ass licker jump up and say, this is anti-business. No, it's not. It's pro-consumer. I love, you want to know one of the reasons I love our sponsor Game Time? Because before Game Time came around, I used to use Vivid Seats. And it would always drive me crazy when I'd buy a cup, like Ann wants to go to a Laker game tonight. Great, I'll jump on Vivid Seats. Oh, there's two tickets for $100 each. Okay, yeah, great. I'll buy that. They're pretty decent seats. Ann loves the Lakers. I'm going to buy those 2 tickets. $200, right? Go to checkout. $410. What? Because all these fees get added on at the end, but you displayed $100. And one of our partners, Game Time, one of our sponsors, they're not even paying us for this week. I shouldn't say their name, but Game Time.
Get their name out of your mouth.
One of the things I love about them, I swear this is not a paid sponsor spot. They're not sponsoring us this week. But one of the things I love about them is the price they put up, that's the price you pay. And I love that. I hate drip pricing. And it just is another example of modern movie theaters, not all of them, but many of them, engage in this drip pricing thing. They try, and it's not just drip pricing. They will find every way possible to try to squeeze every dime out of their existing customers. Their philosophy is not to bring more people into the theaters. Their philosophy is to get as much money out of the people who are still coming.
It reminds me of this thing that I did with Temu. Like I was looking up these remote controlled helicopters, and then I saw one for free. Just download the Temu app. So you
get a helicopter for free.
I re-downloaded it. I went on there. Oh, you have to buy 6 other items in order to get this free helicopter. That's
but that's not what they said before.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
If you tell the customer one thing,
right?
You got to be able, and that's what the Canadian government is saying.
Yeah.
And I'm sick of this whole thing. You know what I used to be addicted to? And I know I'm going off on a bit of a rabbit trail here. Used to be addicted to online games, not drugs.
Online drugs.
Because I know a
I was
guy.
about to be like, you are not addicted to anything.
No, I'm pretty
You've got that
straight
John
edge.
Mulaney energy of I look like someone who's been eating saltines waiting to do this
John
show.
Mulaney energy.
I know. But he has that joke, right, of the I know
yes.
I don't look like somebody who has addiction issues.
But I used to love getting mobile games. I used to play mobile games all the time.
Oh.
And then and then microtransactions took over. Mm-hmm. And then it went beyond just mobile games. It got into the mainline games, which is one of the reasons I don't play a lot of the mainline games, because one of the reasons Baldur's Gate 3 is like the greatest video game of all time, because there's none of that nonsense. But anyway, drip pricing.
Drip pricing.
Thank you, Canadian government, for doing something.
Hey.
I now call upon the wusses of the American governments. I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, Independent, the Green Party, the Green Tea Leaf Party. I don't care. Somebody do something about movie theaters price gouging, because I love seeing that the Canadian government is doing something about it. I would love to see something done here as well. By the way, I never knew AMC does it too. Now, because I'm an A-list member,
Yeah, they
Right.
do it.
right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I found out that as an A-list member, they waive your
Mm-hmm.
convenience fee. Well, if you're charging my ass, it's not really a convenience, is it? But anyway, so I found AMC does it, Regal does
Regal
it.
does it.
Most like they all do this bullshit. For an automatic system, an automated system, you charge a convenience
Ticketmaster
fee.
does it too. And
Oh yeah,
and-
but Ticketmaster, I mean, they're the
Yep.
devil.
well, I know, but I'm just saying, like they got it from them.
Yeah.
Now, did this case come about because of maybe the complaints? They got a lot of complaints, and they said, "Oh, let's look into this."
Yes,
Or
back
is
in
this-
2020, it originally, I think it first started rolling about 2022 when some people contacted the business competition or commission board and complained about it, and they did an investigation and said, yeah, this violates the law. We have laws in Canada about businesses not being allowed to do this, and they did it anyway. So anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? I highly doubt that the American government's going to do anything, but I love the fact that the Canadian government is stepping in here and saying, hey, stop screwing the customers. Anyway, whatever you guys think about all this, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.